It's finally time for some more supercar action. Now, as much as I do love the Audi R8 Decennium, it has been fantastic, largely broken in the game. I've covered it in many videos. We have had this issue that we haven't been able to have certain Lamborghinis and Ferrari until we do reach level 40. Again, I've covered it off. Ridiculous that we're in supercar races and we can't have the supercars that we want. So we now have the question: Aventador SVJ, Huracan or Countach? The Aventador SVJ, phenomenal car. Again, very broken in the game. Very fast, handles fantastic, brakes phenomenally well. So we'll jump into it, have a little test drive, and for myself it did feel a bit boring, of course, being in its standard spec, as we got a bit of lag here once again. I really need to get this issue fixed out. But yeah, the Aventador SVJ, phenomenally fast car, broken in the game. I tend not to go with the broken cars in this game, as you guys probably know by now. Moving over to the Huracan, a car I do love in real life, in game. Phenomenal vehicle, the Huracan Performante. Struggling again with some frame rate, don't know why that's happening. I will fix it in the upcoming videos. But as we can hear, the Huracan does sound sensational, and it does have a soft spot in the heart, and it's probably one that I'm going to go forward with. And then lastly, the new Countach. One that I've not really got all too much of an opinion on as of yet. Haven't drove it, haven't really played about with this one yet. But the initial feel is it's a bit modern, and I know that's a very obvious thing to say. It will be a phenomenally quick car once some modifications are done. But for myself, it just doesn't feel supercar. And on that very basis, it is of course going to be the Huracan Performante in this fabulous yellow colour, sounding absolutely fantastic. Friends of mine have got Huracans, have had Huracans, and they're phenomenal vehicles. And in this game, it isn't the meta, and that's exactly why I have chosen the Huracan Performante for the next batch of supercar races. Of course, heading straight over like everybody does, throwing on every available upgrade onto the Performante. Get this one as fast as we can, as competitive as we can. Engine tuning, brakes, suspension, gearbox, everything we can possibly do to the Performante. And this kind of proves what I want to do going forward. I don't want to have the most broken, the most meta cars in game. I want to have as much of a challenge as I can. We already know we've got not got that much of a challenge with the AI, so creating a challenge where we can. We'll move forward here to the Lamborghini Ferrari specific races, ones that obviously you can only access with a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. And I want to create as much as a challenge as I can in game without the luxury of getting some ranked races. We know how incredibly hard it has been to get these ranked races. But as we do push on, fantastic variety of Ferraris and Lamborghinis in this race. Huracans, Aventadors, Countach, Ferrari F40 there. And this is actually a very interesting track, one that I'm going to touch on very shortly. There is a huge problem with this track with the AI. Now we can already see in the top corner that I've dropped down to experienced AI, the adaptive AI model here, showing the difficulties that I personally had. Let me know in the comment section if you do have the same problems as I've had with this track very shortly. And here we go. It is this corner right here. A lot of dive bombing happens from the AI. We can see it once again, the Countach hitting the wall. Now, attempt number one I did have here. Thought I'd managed to take this one fine. The Pista and the Countach taking out my first attempt. Second attempt, we managed to slip up the inside, cut the corner just a little bit, and in this attempt, it was my fault taking out the AI. Attempt number three, once again, side by side with another Huracan, but we get rear-ended from a Countach, put into the wall, and we lose the lead that we had. Attempt number four, once again being dive bombed from a there we go, taken out from another Huracan and an Aventador. Attempt number five, once again leading this one off, dive bomb from a Countach, dive bomb from another Huracan, and we lose momentum. Attempt number six, the story repeating itself once again, dive bomb from a Countach, rear-ended from another Murcielago, Aventador, sorry. So many troubles with that corner. Let me know, guys, if you've had the same troubles, the same issues that I've had with those corners, much like the issues I'm having with the rendering right in this video in particular. Don't know why it's happening here. The recording was crystal clear, it was smooth. Need to look into that. Perhaps it may be a CPU issue. But we'll persist forward, guys. Managing to finally race the Lamborghinis that I've wanted to do. The Huracan here had to do some slight tuning to the gearbox ratios, one that I've now managed to get access to. get a bit more acceleration in the lower gears. Really struggled with the acceleration against Aventadors in particular. We knew they were always going to be an issue when we stepped into the Huracan. So the Aventador in particular, phenomenal with its acceleration levels, and had to play about with the ratios there, first, second, third into fourth specifically, but lowering those ratios down, giving a bit better acceleration in the Huracan. We can see coming off the line in particular into that very feisty turn 3 that we did have a lot of issues with, we were clear of the AI. And we can see as we come up the hill here, down this right-hander, we do have a straight here, and we can see we still managed to climb up through third into fourth fantastically well. The Huracan here, let's talk a little bit about this Huracan. Yes, it isn't the meta, yes, it's not the broken vehicle of the game, but it is fantastic. It feels like it's on tracks here, it handles so bloody well, as I do ironically lose the back end ever so slightly in that corner. I'm very impressed with the Huracan. I love it as a car. It is probably one of the dream cars I do have, wherever that may be. If I can ever get the available capital to buy a Huracan, I probably will. Just a sensationally beautiful and fast car. As we do come up to finish this 5% left, we can see we are nice and clear of the eye. We've managed to navigate this race and finish off in first place. Moving on from here, we'll move over to the second Lamborghini Ferrari specific race here, and that's down here on the South Coast Drive. Once again, a fantastic variety of Ferraris and Lamborghinis here. Huracans, Aventadors, Pistas, 812 Superfast, what a variety of cars in this race. Launching off the line with those adapted gear ratios, we can see we do launch phenomenally well. I think that's an 812 Superfast trying to stick it down the inside as we go wide, clip the curb, but we still manage to stay on the track, still manage to stay in first as we climb up the hill. Right-hander braking into this left-hander ever so slightly, but back onto the power. We do stay ahead of the experienced AI. We are starting to climb that AI back up to expert, which is quite frankly where it should be. Tight right-hander here, caught me out a couple of times as we do get dive bombed from another Lamborghini there. Very unfortunate, but once again managing to stay ahead. For now, we do kind of fight that one off. We brake very late, almost out braking ourselves, so we do make a bit of a mess there, but we do manage to stay ahead. Clipped once again from Lamborghini, once again the AI fighting us tooth and nail. Very tough racing. We managed to box off the Lamborghini trying to come down inside of us here. Right-hander, we go wide, the Huracan, and I believe that's an Aventador fighting each other there. We managed to stay in the lead. Left-hand here, we still managed to stay on the power, very slight braking as we get the power down. We are pulling away from the AI like we can see down in the bottom left minimap. So the adaptation to those gearbox ratios, something I wanted very early in this game, we couldn't quite find them. There was no clear way of how we get to the menus to adapt gearbox ratios. Now managing to find that, we can see those slight tweaks lower down in the lower gears. Really coming up fantastically well here for this Aventador, that increased acceleration level. Yeah, really managing to pull away from the AI. As we do approach the halfway line, or the halfway point in this sprint race in particular, very tight, tricky right-hander coming up here. Once again, the AI love to dive bomb us into that corner. I did do this race 2 or 3 times after this one as well. Just enjoyed riding about in the Huracan as we lose the back end there, but we managed to negotiate losing the car there with that Aventador. Yeah, I managed to do this race a few times. I enjoyed the track itself. I enjoyed racing the Huracan against other Lamborghinis. Overall, I did enjoy this track much better than the previous track we did do for the Lamborghini Ferrari specific races. What I am enjoying now though, yes, we have obviously had a bit more of a difficult time with the AI, but we're now getting competitive AI. Perhaps it's just specific to these races with me being in the disadvantaged Huracan, but we are getting more challenge from the AI, and that's something I was crying out for here. The AI are not competitive enough, even on the most expert level. Time and time again, after turns 1, 2 or 3, we're blasting away from AI race on race on race, and there's no competition. The issues we do have trying to matchmaking this game so far hasn't been fantastic, so not having competitive AI has been a big issue for myself. But in this race in particular, and this is why I did it so many times, as I did have competitive AI, kept you on edge, kept you at the top of the game, trying to stay in first place, trying to get back into first place, whatever it may have been. So this race in particular, this race series, the Lamborghinis versus Ferraris, massive credit. fantastic, love to see it. I want to have competitive, I want to be a challenge. I don't want to win every race. I want to be fighting tooth and nail. And we can see here, we do cross the line. First place, as we do drop frames again. I will get that sorted out for the next video. Do not know why it's happening. So overall, loving the life in a Lamborghini now that we do have access to it. Let me know what you guys have taken. What Lamborghini, what Ferrari did you guys take of choice? Did you go with the Meta, the Aventador? Did you perhaps go on an F40, a Pista, an 812 Superfast? Thank you very much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please tap on the bell to select the bell of notifications. I want to see this channel grow. I want to hit my goal of 1,000 subs, and I can only do that with your guys' help. I will catch you all in the next video.